You jazzy. You everything a man could ever want, girl, you jazzy. You not about that drama, you loyal and classy, you jazzy. And all these other niggas shoot the shot, but you ain't having it, girl, you jazzy. And I love you to the moon and back, baby, girl, you jazzy. You everything a man could ever want, girl, you jazzy. You not about that drama, you loyal and classy, you jazzy. And all these other niggas shooting shot, but you ain't having it, girl, you jazzy. And I love you to the moon and back, baby, girl, you jazzy. Yeah, I'm talking about you, baby. I gotta tell it all.
Stop, make me feel so warm inside. But you cut off the lights, now why I'm freezing.
Hey.
I don't go kilometers. I don't walk on many kilometers. I'm from the class. I don't take for the games in a pizza.
Hey.
I decide what my drama distress. Let the sweet happy, I love my pizzas. Show you the confirm for your speaker. This time I call traffic for my sister.
Hey. I see y'all coming in. It's a lituation. Happy freaking Thursday. Yes. See? So, hey guys, we have our guest. She's definitely in the chat. I'm so excited for today because today's show is all about financial literacy. And this is something so important to us, right? Especially to the Black community and especially to a lot of us that just have no clue where to start, where to finish, where to look. And so I'm super, super excited that you guys are joining me. I hope you got your drink though. Like, do you got your drink? Because this show is a little bit different, okay? We get lit on this show. We have a great time. And it's all about being lit with real estate, being lit with your finances, just being lit with your life, and definitely being lit with the Lord. So, none other ado, I'm gonna bring my beautiful, beautiful, beautiful girl on in here, and I will let you guys ask her some questions while I introduce her. So let me go ahead and add her in. We're gonna cut the music now, because I gave y'all a party. Like, I gave y'all a party because I wanted y'all to wake up. It's Thursday, and I wanted y'all to get excited because this topic is like, I'm ready. Hey, beautiful.
Hey.
Hi, how are you?
Good, how are you?
I'm good. I'm super excited for us to finally connect and things like that. I know our schedules are so super busy, so
Yes.
it's hard. It's hard for us to link or whatever the case may be. But I have a lot of people that always ask me, like, where should they start? How do they save? Where should they invest? And a lot of people that are in the home buying process or even in the rental process that they really just don't know if their credit score is good enough or the things that they could pull off of their credit score and how. Mm-hmm. So I'm gonna introduce you. This is Shakira Canty, you guys, and she's gonna tell you a little bit about what she does.
All right, hello everyone. I'm Shakira. I'm so happy to be here. I'm a financial literacy advocate. I invested myself a couple of years ago to really learn more about financial literacy. And when I learned it, I decided to give back to the community, and I've been sharing a lot of knowledge. And the things that I've been learning, I've been sharing with the community because it's really, really important for us in order for us to get where we want to live, get where we want to be in life, right?
Absolutely.
Yeah. So a little bit about me, I help people. I teach people, but I also help them if they're looking to restore their credit. And a lot of people focus, like you said, on the credit score, but it's not necessarily about the credit score that we want to think about, especially when it comes to getting approved for loans and mortgages and credit cards. The lenders are looking more about the data points that are on your credit report or your credit profile. They're not necessarily, the score is also important, but it's not as important as what's on their credit report.
Right.
So when you think about your credit report, you want to think about building a strong credit report, not necessarily just having a high credit score. Because there's people that have high credit scores, but their profile is really thin. They may have one or two accounts, which won't get them approved for a mortgage, or won't get them approved for high limit credit cards.
Right. So how do people go about pulling their credit correctly? Because we all, go to Credit Karma and things like that, and Credit Karma is not accurate. You know what I mean? Like, it looks good, it feels good when you see your points have jumped up 70 in 2 months. Now that is doable, but when you need to pull your credit accurately, where should you go?
There are different sites that you can go on. You can go on the actual credit reporting agencies websites like Experian, TransUnion, or Equifax. You also can go on my Identity IQ is a website. I have a link in my bio where you can see all three of them for $1. There's also My FICO is also a good one that you can go to see your credit scores and the accurate accounts on the actual accounts on your credit report.
Okay. So like those that are trying to purchase a home or make a big purchase, what is the most accurate out of those?
I mean, they're all pretty accurate. My FICO is a really good one. Are going straight to the credit reporting agencies because they're the ones that have the accounts and the score that the lenders are going to be seeing when they pull your credit report. Okay.
Now, for those that, just may be a little bit naive to the whole process, when you said like your credit score might be new, for somebody that doesn't believe in credit, right? They're like, I don't want to get any credit cards because they really just didn't have the knowledge. And now maybe they have one credit card and maybe they have just got another credit card, but it's all been within the year. What advice would you give them if their goal is to be able to purchase a home?
Okay, they want to build out their profile. They want to have more accounts on there. You want to make sure that, like you said, they just got new credit cards within a year or so. They want to have older trade lines, but they want to make sure if they have no negatives on their account, then they can start adding more positive accounts, right? Where they can have primary accounts, like they can get an account through self-lender. If they are renting, they can have their rent reported to their credit report by paying a small fee each month, and they'll report it to the credit agencies. They'll report it for them as a positive primary account, right? So a lot of times when people think of trade lines, you're being added as an authorized user, but you want to make sure you have primary trade lines on your account as well, not just authorized. So you can go and build up those. So you can do like rentreporters.com, Rental Karma. You can do Self-Lender is a good one. It's like a savings program where you pay about $25. It depends on what plan, but you can pay $25 a month and they'll report it. And pretty much at the end of your term, they give you your money back. So it's like a savings program, but it's also reports to the credit reporting agency.
Okay. Now, for someone that is renting, right, is there a way that you can report your rental history when you want to go purchase a home? Because before I purchased a home, I can use my experience. I probably was renting for about 5 years. Now, I didn't know about any programs where I can actually, I always paid my rent on time. I paid it above time, which that's like good, but I didn't know if I would be able to use that as far as being able to go and purchase a home.
Well, you can add it to your credit profile. Like you can go on rent or rentreporters.com and you sign up and they just reach out to your landlord and they can open it up to 5 years, but they can report up to 2 years of history.
Okay, interesting. So we have a couple questions that people are asking from Let's Bloom Baby. She wants to know, once you purchase your home, how do you pull the equity to purchase another investment property? Is the money you pulled tacked on the back of your loan? How does that work?
I'm not well versed in that in regards to that, but I do know that for home equity, you have to put into it. You can't take out more than what you already put into the loan.
Okay. So if you're a newer home buyer,
versed in that, I focus more on like building your credit report and building a strong credit report to get you approved for that mortgage.
Okay. And also, Let's Bloom Baby, I can also get you in contact with my loan officer who can better answer that question for you. And I'll DM you after this. So now that we did touch on a question like that, tell people exactly why they would come to you.
Okay. So either you don't have a strong profile and you're not sure how to build your profile up, or you don't really have any knowledge on what credit is and you're not sure how to build your credit report, or you need your credit restored, or you want to fix it. So I have an ebook where you can purchase it and you can learn to do it yourself. and then I also have the option that I can do it for you. Or
Awesome.
I have a team where we work and we'll restore it for you. I like people to learn how to do it themselves because I think it's really important, because if you pay to get it done, you may mess it up again and then you have to pay it again. It's like you're wasting money at the end of the day. If you understand the process and you understand how credit works, then that will help you in your future.
Right. Now, how quickly, I know it depends on each circumstance and each person and their credit, but how quickly can someone's credit change with taking off of, certain things that are on there?
It really depends. Some people see results within 3 months, some say 6, it could be up to a year. It really depends, because if you only have, depends on how many accounts you have, what kind of negative accounts you have, if you have any late payments, those all have to be removed to get if you're looking to get a really high score.
Okay.
And to really build a strong profile. Okay, baby, I'll be there in just a second. I'm sorry.
No, you're good. I got to see
Yeah, so it really depends on the profile and what their goals are, right? Because everyone's goals might not be the same. Some people their goals might just to be get high limit credit cards versus someone wanting to get a mortgage. So Absolutely. It really depends. Like if you're looking to have a stronger profile, it will really depend on what you have. I'd have to see the actual profile to determine, but it can go anywhere from three months or more. I don't want to say it could be done in 3 months and then in 3 months it's not done and you're disappointed.
Right.
Like we don't want. So I'd rather say like it's going to take longer than it happens quicker. I think that's a better experience.
Right. So how do people go to you? Do you have different packages for different people, what their needs would be when they hire you?
Yeah, absolutely. So we would hop on a consultation call, which is free. We would schedule that. We'd go over your credit report and we talk about the pricing. We talk about your goals. We would talk about where you are and where you're trying to be.
Okay, awesome. Okay, and definitely, guys, I will have that information for you so you can contact her so you guys can, see what better suits you and better fits you. Because a lot of the times, you just hear so much different things. You know what I mean? Like, do I need all these credit cards? How do I leverage this? And how do I leverage my home? And you know what I mean? And a lot of the times the internet is great, but all the information is not accurate.
That's absolutely true. That's
So
absolutely.
I'm gonna stroll down here, and I'm gonna see if we had someone commented and said that your ebook is a great investment. Okay. Do we have any other? Okay, so I have another question. What's good debt versus bad debt? And again, I know all of these situations are contingent upon the person and their credit history, but that's one of the questions that someone asked.
Okay, no problem. So it does depend, like you said, but what is good debt versus bad debt is how you're using it, right? If you are taking out a loan to make an investment and that money is coming back to you, that would be considered good debt. Okay, baby, hold on 1 second.
Okay, yeah. So guys, just give her 1 second. And question to Ash.Marie, if you guys have her ebook, can you drop it down in here for other people to be able to have access to it? I can do it at the end, but I don't want to do it while I'm interviewing right now.
Yes, and they can DM me and I can get the link right to them after. If you DM me, I can get but yeah, so good debt would be more of like when you're taking out a loan and then it's an investment and you are it's making you more money. Bad debt is like when I'm swiping my credit card because I don't feel like spending my own money, or I'm swiping my credit card to make a bigger purchase that I can't really afford, right? Because then you're borrowing the bank's money with not really having the intentions of being able to pay it back, right? Because then your utilization on your credit card is going to be high. And you don't want that because that impacts your credit score a lot. It's worth 30% of your credit score. So if you go and make a big purchase and you can't pay it off before your statement date, then that's going to get reported to the credit reporting agencies and it's going to make your score drop. Absolutely. Right? So able to take that money and it makes you money, multiplies, and you put your money to work, which I talked about before, then that can be considered good debt.
Absolutely. And I will say also, some people say to keep your credit card utilization under 30%, and some people say under 20%. What is your advice for that?
My advice to have the highest credit score, you want to have your utilization between 2 and 9%. Definitely under 10%. So 30% is not bad, but at the same time, if you go to 31%, it reports 31%, it's going to impact your credit score dramatically. It's going to have a impact. So it's best to keep it down a bit below 10%, because then then it's going to keep helping build your credit score. It's going to bring your credit score up each month.
Right, definitely. I will say that I try to keep mine within 10, but now that you said within 2 and 9, I got some work to do too here.
Yeah, the lower the utilization, it looks better for the banks, because they're like, oh, well, they have access to all this credit and they're not using it. Okay, I can trust them, right? It looks good to the lenders.
Now, I do want to touch on also, some people have the misconception of actually paying off their credit card. They think like, hey, if I pay my credit card off, then my credit can go up. But sometimes that can really affect your credit as well. Can you explain that?
Yes, it can. So when you use your whole credit line, and when you pay it all the way off, then they're like, well, maybe she doesn't need he or she doesn't need the money, right? You want to keep it. You want to make it so like, I'm showing you that I can use your money and pay you back. That's really what you want to do. You want to keep it at like 2%. That's really, really, really good. So to show them that I can use your money, I have access to it, but I don't really need it. Pay it all the way off. It's like, okay, maybe you're going to start getting, your limits are going to start dropping and things like that, and you don't want it.
Right, absolutely. So I had another question. Well, no, I actually had a comment. For those of you that are in the middle of trying to purchase a home, I do want to let you know this very valuable jewel. When you are going to purchase your home, please do not make any big purchases. Like, do not buy yourself a brand new car. Do not buy big purchase items, because when the loan officer goes to look into there, now your debt to loan ratio is going to be higher than it was when you originally went to go get your your pre-authorization and stuff. So now when you go to get your home, they might look at it and be like, hey, when you first came to me, you had this going on, and now I see that you made this and this and that purchase. Now I don't think that you can afford these monthly payments that we further discussed. Is that correct, Shakira?
Yes, that is. It is.
And I'm just telling you from previous situations. If I could have did it differently, I would have purchased my car after I got my house. But in my brain, it wasn't really I didn't think I was about to go purchase a home. I made a manifestation, and God said, this is what you want. This is what you're going to get. But in that being said, I made a huge purchase. I made a huge purchase of a brand new car. And then when it was time, they were like, oh, hold on, wait, like your debt is higher than it was before. And I was like, what you mean? They said, we good though. And they're like, no, like we're not. So don't make any more purchases. You know what I mean? Even this is valuable, right? Didn't know this as well. When I went to go apply for like another credit card, or whatever the case may be, right in between the time it was time for me to close out my home, my loan officer called me up like, hey, well, what's going on here, girl? It looks like you went and tried to get a credit card. And I'm like, yeah, I wanted to get a credit card. I'm going to, furnish the house and this, that, and the third. And luckily for me, it just ended up being in the cards for me. But those things could be very detrimental, because now, you know what I mean? I'm just not following the group.
Yeah, because then you look like I need to borrow more money. I really can't afford this house, so let me borrow more money from the bank. Right.
And in my brain, I wasn't thinking like that. How I was thinking was, I just want to get more credit cards. I always pay them down quickly. Like, it really isn't nothing, whatever the case may be. But that's not how it looks to the loan officers when you guys go and try to purchase a home.
Like you said, nothing new when you're going through that whole process.
Nothing new, guys. Like at all. So I do want to ask you another question. Like, what made you change careers? Because you were on a whole different career path, and then you came over here, and I think it's great. Like, I commend you as an entrepreneur, because I know that is very difficult.
Yeah. Yeah, I was a certified. I'm a certified teacher. I was an educator for about 8 years. And when I made the investment in myself, and it was a big shift in mindset for me. And I realized that I didn't have to be a teacher to be an educator. So
Mm,
when I was learning all the information, I was like, I can educate the communities without having to be a teacher in the classroom. So I'm able to reach more people, right, and have a larger impact. Like, yeah, children are our future. But if we can help the parents to help the situation for the children before they get to the future, that's going to have a huge impact. So I like to teach. I'm excited to take this to a different level because I'm educating larger.
The handle.
Hold on one second, my daughter.
no, you're good. You're good. And guys, I just do also want to touch on the fact that like taking a leap of faith is very, very scary. Like I know there's a lot of entrepreneurs in this group here, but I'm telling you, when you're ordained by God, no matter whatever your faith is, it will fall into the cards. Like it definitely will fall into the cards, and it will be something you never expected yourself to be able to do. Contrary to belief, I never wanted to be an actress. No one probably knows that. They probably think, what do you mean? But honestly, I always wanted to be a singer. But acting just kept coming and coming and coming. And eventually I was like, okay, God, I see you. And I branched out and it just happened naturally. So I just want to give any entrepreneur that is in this live right now just the hope to know, like, it's not easy. It is not hard. You might be broke some months. You might be up some months. You might be mentally drained. And I will advise anyone to get a therapist. Like, honestly, you know, I think therapy has helped me tremendously because when you are an entrepreneur, everything is on you. It's no clocking in. It's no clocking out. You barely probably ever clock out. I feel like I work 24 hours a day.
Yeah, you
And and more, and it could be very mentally draining, especially those mothers and fathers that have children as well. It is juggling a million things at once, and I commend everybody who's thinking about it, who's doing it, or who will do it. So I just wanted to put my little TED talk in there real quick.
Yeah, no, that's important because I think that a lot of people don't talk about that in the entrepreneurship world. They don't talk about the struggles. We just talk about the life, you work from anywhere, you on your own time, but it's just like, if you're not a good employee, you might not be a good boss. You might not be very successful being an entrepreneur. Like you have to actually work because if you don't work, it won't work. Like you have to work.
Yes, you have to work. And those of you that are like dual career too, that are still have your 9 to 5, you have to put just as much effort, if not more, into your business, into your entrepreneurship. Because if you don't, you will continue to make other people money, and you will be cheating on your business. Honestly, it's like having a relationship. And if you don't come home after that 9 to 5:30, eat your food, feed your kids, I don't care if they eat oodles and noodles, the kids ate, and get back to that job, you will not be successful, and you will see your bank account draining monthly. And there will be no way to replenish it because you, again, are the boss.
Right.
If you don't work, you don't eat.
Right. That's the reality.
That is like 100% the reality. So yeah, back to you. You said that you were an educator and you switched to, what made you switch to finances though?
Well,
Were you having trouble with your credit and you felt like no one was helping you properly?
to be honest, I wanted to learn I wanted to learn about credit because we're not really taught about it growing up. Like my mom always said, pay your bills on time. That was it. Like I didn't really know anything else, and like how you can leverage credit to increase the income, how you can leverage the bank's money. Like because the way I used to use credit cards, I used to swipe it and then just pay minimum. Like I'll pay them back eventually. But the reality is, I should be spending money on the credit card that is going to be an investment, right? If it's not coming back to make me more money, I shouldn't be swiping that card.
Right.
Like goal is to make money, make your money work for you. And it was more of a surrounded by entrepreneurs is why I made the investment in the mentorship I joined. And everything I learned, I was like, wow, this is like life changing for people, and I need to get information out. So ever since all the information, I was just like, okay, let me start teaching, which is why I started doing credit repair, credit restoration. I help people for their credit because it's like when you have good credit, then you learn how to leverage it to make you more money. You're never gonna because a lot of people, I don't need good credit. You know what to do if you have good. That's the real, you know what you do with it. You
Absolutely. And that's the thing. I think that people would be more interested if they actually knew how they can leverage it. If they actually knew if they have their DUNS number and they have a business account and how they can not use their personal credit and use their business credit to purchase houses and homes and investment properties.
right, and
And
impact your credit score because your business doesn't report your business credit. Excuse me, business credit doesn't report to your personal. Like people
yes,
know that. Like if you don't PG and you do it through your EIN, your business, then it doesn't report to your personal. And then you can
right.
get more and more money, and you learn how like different sequences to get the high credit card instantly. Like
Yeah,
it's life changing.
it
And I
really is. It really is.
yeah. So that's really why I got it was like I wanted to learn more for me. Like I'm big on I as an educator I love to learn. So it's just like I started learning it. My only goal was like, oh, how can I make like more money than my job? And then it's like, wow, I learned so much more when I made that investment. And then a huge mind shift for me is like changing my life. Like it really started because I sat on information for a really long time before I really started sharing. So it's just like, hold on, what do I do with this?
And I appreciate you saying that you sat on your information before you started sharing, because that means that you wanted to be a master at your craft, right? Like that means that when you did start sharing, you wanted to be 100% sure that whatever was coming out of your mouth could be fact checked and be accurate. And a lot of the times also what people don't realize is when you get on Instagram and you get on Facebook, a lot of these people have never done this shit in their lives. Like they have never done it and they sell you a dream, and now you're paying thousands and thousands of dollars for a consultation that really can't help you because they haven't been in the trenches and they have no clue what they're teaching. So it's very important, like, you know, that you go to someone that you can trust, that you look, that you search, that you go to their website, that you go to their Google, you have a conversation. And also, just like a realtor, just like a financial literacy advocate, everyone is not for everyone, right? So you have to find someone that works with you, someone you mesh with, someone that, you know, gets you. And that's really important too, because every relationship matters. If I pay you money and I don't like you, our relationship is not going to really go too well. You know what I mean? You're not going to want to answer my calls. I'm not really going to want to deal with you. And people,
Right.
I feel like they don't know these things as well, you know?
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I think that's really important to do your research because, like you said, not everybody is for everybody. Like, I'm not the only
Mhm.
person that's helping people restore their credit. But if you resonate with me, then reach out because I'd love to work with you. I like to help people. But like you said, everybody isn't for everybody, and people have to accept that. You can't just be like, oh, well, that person worked for my friend, so let me reach out, and then it's like, whoa, we're clashing, it's not working, and then you're gonna be feeling. It's just like we just didn't work out. We weren't meant to work together, and that's okay.
Right. Definitely. Well, I really appreciate you coming here, coming on the show and spreading your knowledge. I know some people learn so much more. And if you have any more information, you guys can definitely DM her so you guys can be able to, you know, get more in depth with your personal situation. Can you leave your social media, your email, and how people can contact you?
Yes, I can. Right? You want me to?
Yeah, you can. And then you also say it.
Okay, yeah, you can. My Instagram is at miss_intentions with a Z, and you can email me at info@wealthyintentions.com. And I'm not. What was the last? I'm sorry. What was the last thing you said?
You're good.
Okay.
And okay, yeah, you said where you can email and where they can find you, and where can and DM me your book so
Yes.
that so if they don't contact you and they contact me, that I can give it to them as
Yeah.
well.
Absolutely.
So definitely, guys, I appreciate you guys for tuning in. This is the Jazzy Mango Red Carpet Lounge. If you guys are looking to have your business on the platform, whether it's in person or it's virtual, you can contact me at JASZY, Mango like your favorite for BCE, and that stands for Black Carpet Experience at gmail.com. And for those of you that are in the home search and buying process, my webinar will be on February 9th from 6 to 7:30. It is sold out. It's sold out. But for those of you that are in this program right now, in this class right now, if you DM me the first 5 people, I'll give you the extra link as a gift. for me, because I want everybody to be a successful homeowner, and I want you guys to really think of, those of you that have already signed up, think of the why, when, and the how of why you want to purchase a home, okay? So until next time, guys, we appreciate you. Thank you for tuning in. Make sure you subscribe and follow the host of us. Bye. Thank you, guys. I appreciate you guys very much so for tuning in. As you know, my studio is back in. It's back going, guys. Like, I'm so excited, and you know, we're live and we're lit. You know how I do. So like I said, if you guys are looking to have your business, if you guys are looking to collaborate, right now I'm wearing my jaszymango curvy fit. Also shout out to Jazz. She does my lashes. So there's so many black entrepreneurs in here that I want you guys to start networking, because it's no reason why our dollars is getting spent all the time on other things when we have people that get everything that we want in our own circle or in other people's circle. Whatever you need, whatever you want. I even got a natural deodorant girl. So I'm saying, whatever you need, whatever you want, we are definitely here for you guys. So until next time, those of you, like I said, that were trying to sign up for my home buying program that wasn't for the webinar, if you guys want to be in it, definitely DM me. First 5 people, I got y'all. Mwah. Until next time. Bye.
Play me from the start.
I thought you loved me, baby. But no one ever.